Yo, what's up everybody? You know I love an adventure, and this year we're talking about the adventure of a lifetime. New Zealand, Middle-earth, the land of the long white cloud, whatever you call it, this place is magic. But before you book that ticket and hop on that 13-hour flight, there are some things you've got to know. We're talking insider tips, local secrets, and straight-up life-saving advice that'll make your trip unforgettable for all the right reasons. This ain't your average travel guide, people. This is about experiencing New Zealand like a local, respecting the land, and squeezing every drop of adventure out of this incredible country. So buckle up, smash that like button, and let's do this. First things first, nobody wants to get halfway across the world only to be told, sorry mate, you can't come in. New Zealand's got this thing called an NZTA, Electronic Travel Authority. Basically, it's a visa waiver, but even if you don't need a full-on visa, you do need this. The good news is it's all online, super easy, and takes like 5 minutes to apply. Just Google NZTA and you're good to go. Do it at least 72 hours before your flight, just to be safe. Trust me, the last thing you want is to be stuck at the airport stressing about paperwork. And hey, while you're at it, make sure your passport's valid for at least 6 months after your trip. Sounds obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people trip up on that one. Oh, and one more thing. New Zealand is serious about protecting its environment, so they might ask you about what you're bringing in. Declare everything, especially food and outdoor gear. Better safe than sorry, right? Okay, listen up, because this is important. In New Zealand, they drive on the left side of the road. If you're from a country where you drive on the right, this is going to feel weird. Take it slow, especially in those first few days. Those winding mountain roads might look tempting, but they're also super dangerous if you're not used to driving on the wrong side. And speaking of roads, don't underestimate the distances. New Zealand's bigger than you think, and those scenic drives can take way longer than you expect. Factor in extra time for photo stops, bathroom breaks, and the occasional sheep crossing the road. Seriously, sheep traffic jams are a real thing here. My advice? Download an offline map app like Maps.me or Google Maps offline. Cell service can be spotty outside the cities, and you don't want to get caught out without a map. All right, let's talk about the weather. New Zealand's weather is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. 1 minute it's sunshine and rainbows, the next it's pouring rain sideways. Seriously, you can experience all 4 seasons in a single day, especially on the South Island. So pack for everything. Bring layers, bring a raincoat, bring a hat and gloves, bring sunscreen. Don't let a little rain ruin your trip. Embrace it. Some of the most beautiful scenery is best seen under a moody sky. Just be prepared and you'll be good to go. Okay, let's be real. New Zealand isn't exactly a budget traveler's paradise. Things here are expensive, but don't worry, you don't need to be a millionaire to have an amazing time. First off, good news. Tipping isn't really a thing here. Prices are what they are, and you won't be expected to tip on top of that. And food and accommodation can be pricey, but there are ways to save. Look for hostels, campsites, or consider renting a campervan. Cooking your own meals is another great way to save some cash. And when it comes to activities, prioritize the free stuff. Hiking, swimming, exploring national parks, those are all free and absolutely incredible. In this day and age, staying connected is pretty much a necessity. The good news is New Zealand has pretty good internet coverage, especially in the cities. You'll find Wi-Fi in most cafes, restaurants and accommodations. However, if you're planning on venturing off the beaten path, cell service can be spotty. That's where a local SIM card comes in handy. You can pick one up at the airport when you arrive, and it's a good idea to grab a data plan while you're at it. Spark, Vodafone and 2 Degrees are the main providers, and they all offer pretty competitive plans. Trust me, having data when you're out exploring is a lifesaver. You can use it for navigation, checking the weather, or even just posting those epic Instagram stories. New Zealanders, or Kiwis as they like to call themselves, are some of the friendliest, most laid-back people you'll ever meet. But like any culture, there are a few things you should know to avoid any awkward encounters. First off, respect is huge here. Respect for the land, respect for the culture, and respect for each other. It's all about being mindful and treating others how you'd like to be treated. Learn a few basic Maori phrases, even just a simple kia ora, hello, or thank you goes a long way. It shows you're making an effort to engage with their culture. And speaking of culture, the Maori people have a deep spiritual connection to the land. Never disrespect nature. It's considered sacred here. Stay on marked trails, pack out everything you pack in, and leave no trace of your presence. New Zealand is home to some of the most unique and incredible wildlife on the planet. And while you won't find any snakes here, yes, you read that right, no snakes, there are a few creatures you need to be aware of. First up, the kea. These cheeky mountain parrots are notorious for their intelligence and their love of all things shiny. Seriously, they will steal your stuff if you're not careful. Keep your valuables close and don't leave anything unattended. Next up, seals. They might look cute and cuddly, but they're wild animals and they can be dangerous. Admire them from a distance and never, ever try to touch them. And finally, always be aware of your surroundings when you're out in nature. New Zealand is home to a variety of spiders, insects, and other creepy crawlies. Most are harmless, but it's always best to err on the side of caution. Look, everyone knows about Queenstown, Milford Sound, and Hobbiton, and yeah, they're amazing, but New Zealand is full of hidden gems, places even some locals don't know about. Ever heard of the Blue Pools? How about Cathedral Cove or Warariki Beach? These places are straight out of a fairy tale, and they're just waiting to be explored. Now, some of these places take a bit of effort to get to. We're talking hikes, boat rides, maybe even a helicopter ride. But trust me, the reward is worth it. These are the places that will stay with you long after you've left New Zealand. New Zealand's a pretty easy country to get around, whether you're on a budget or you're looking to splurge. If you're all about that hash van life, renting a campervan is a classic Kiwi experience. You can go at your own pace, wake up to incredible views, and really immerse yourself in nature. But if campervans aren't your thing, don't worry. New Zealand has a great public transportation system. Intercity buses are a budget-friendly option, and they'll get you to all the major cities and tourist spots. And if you're short on time or you want to see more of the country, domestic flights are surprisingly affordable. Plus, the views from the plane are incredible. Listen up, this is important. New Zealand's beauty is fragile. It's our responsibility to protect it, not just for ourselves, but for future generations. So please, leave no trace of your presence. Pack out everything you pack in. That means all your trash, your food scraps, even your biodegradable stuff. New Zealand's ecosystems are delicate, and even the smallest things can have a big impact. Stay on marked trails. It might be tempting to venture off the beaten path, but it's important to respect the environment and avoid damaging fragile vegetation. And finally, be mindful of your water usage. New Zealand's water is precious, so conserve whenever possible. Take shorter showers, turn off the tap when you're brushing your teeth, and be mindful of your overall water consumption. So there you have it, folks. The 10 things you absolutely must know before visiting New Zealand in 2025. This place is pure magic, but it's up to all of us to keep it that way. Respect the land, respect the culture, and get ready for an adventure you'll never forget. I'm serious, this place will blow your mind. Now go book that ticket, pack your bags, and get ready to experience the beauty of New Zealand for yourself. And hey, if you use any of these tips on your trip, tag me in your photos. I want to see your adventures.